Hello everyone and welcome to Gierok Farms. In today's video we are going to be turbo tilling some of that rental ground that I picked up this year. I'm very excited to be in the field. It's been a long time coming. We're gonna test out the Magnum and see how it does. This turbo till will be a true test, a good comparison to see how well it does compared to our 7810. It should be a good workout for it. So I'm excited to see how it does. For those of you that haven't seen this implement yet, this is a Great Plains Turbo Max 1200. It's a vertical till machine, a minimal till machine. We really like what it does for finishing. Dad uses it a lot for his hay stands and stuff like that. I like using it in some hilly contours like this where I don't want to disturb too much dirt, but just enough to get a good seed bed and incorporate some of this residue. So we're gonna start with the corn stalks right away. We're gonna see how that goes. But starting off here, I gotta take the safety stops out, and then we'll start moving some dirt. Alright, coming back here to check and see what I did. Definitely took some stalks down, that's for sure. It might be a little damp yet here for my liking, but I think up on the hills in some spots where the soil's a bit lighter, it'll go better. So we might leave this one for tomorrow morning or later this afternoon. We're just skimming the top here, so we're gonna give it some angle and see what kind of job it does. Maybe drop it down a little more. I don't think we're going very deep. Maybe inch and a half, if that. Really just hitting the residue with that pass. We'll drop her down some more, see what she does. Slicing in probably 2.5 inches or less, but we're gonna give her some more angle, see what it does to that residue. I've been going for maybe a half hour or so, and I gotta say this turbo till is a lot in the hills. We need another 100 horse to handle this thing well. It's crazy to think that they make these even wider. I think 5 mile an hour is probably the average speed I'm pulling this at. That's more than enough for it to handle. Oh, it's a workout for this thing. But she's taking it. She's enjoying it so far. I'd say that it is pretty similar to the 7810 when it comes to pulling it. They say you're supposed to pull it from like 8 to 10 mile an hour, really get that speed going so it really chops. But at these type of fields, that ain't gonna happen. We need a way bigger tractor if we were gonna do that, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm not really trying to do any tillage. I'm more or less just managing the residue, I guess. I don't need to move a whole lot of dirt. And there are some ruts out here I'm trying to fix. Like in here from the combine or the sprayer last year with that wet year. And this should push enough dirt to kind of clean that up. Update, you can tell that I got to some drier stuff here up on the hill, like I was saying, where there's a bit more sand. You know, it's still really good dirt, really good silt loam, but it's some lighter stuff. And it's pulling a lot better, even though I do have some really steep dips to go through. And it's throwing some dust, which is what you want. But how's the saying go? The plant in dust and the bins will bust, right? Isn't that how it goes? You guys are a good representation of how dusty it is. You guys are just covered. I like how things are going, especially as I work my way up the hill here. Hopefully we can get plenty done here while it's still daylight. So we better keep moving. everyone. If you have been paying attention to the channel, you know that I put an auto steer system on this tractor courtesy of FJDynamics. They were kind enough to send us a kit to try out and showcase for you guys, and I gotta say, I am loving it. Today with the tillage in these rolling hills and these contours, it has taken a lot of stress off of me as the operator, worrying about where I'm driving, to where all I gotta focus about is the machine's RPMs, how the implement behind me is doing, how the tillage is working the way I would like it to, along with raising it and lowering it for the waterways. So when it comes to this kit, compared to kits in the past, they've upgraded some things where the display is bigger, it's prettier, it's an Android interface, so it's very familiar. The steering wheel is a mechanical steering wheel. So even with this older tractor from 91, I still have RTK auto steer, which is just insane to think about. And then also improvements, there's only one globe on the roof, which is very nice. It was very easy to install. If you haven't watched that video, I recommend going back and watching it. And as I'm turning around here, that reminds me, with this setup, you're also able to get automatic turnaround. It's capable to do that, which is also insane to think about. And when it comes to speed, I have it set on the planning settings right now, and I'm able to go, you know, easy 4 to 7 mile an hour, no problem. I don't know what they recommend or what they can legally do, but I have had it set up to where it can handle 10 to 12 mile an hour just fine. So if I ever want to spray with it or spread fertilizer with it, I can. Another thing I love is how compatible it is with a wide range of machinery. You don't have to buy just something specific to your tractor. I can take this off and go put this on our 7810 John Deere if I wanted to. And while we're on the headland here, I'm gonna walk through the screen with you guys. If I was on a square field with no waterways and didn't have to worry about picking up, I'd be able to show it to you on the go, but we're running adaptive curve. As you can see, we're offset right now, and that tells you right up here. And that stays well below an inch. Like I said, 2.5 centimeter accuracy. For creating a line, you can come in here. Right now I'm on adaptive curve, so I would hit A. I would drive my contour the whole length. I get to the end, hit B, and there you go. I just made a repeatable curved AB line. And then they also have your normal AB line, which is perfectly straight. So if we had square fields, we could do that, and that is extremely accurate. They also have pivot and some other things that don't apply to me in this area, but those are the two most common ones. I can also record if I wanted to. So I have recording on, so as I hit the auto steer button, I have it set to where it will paint where I've been. So if I was spraying, or tomorrow when I'm planting, I can use that and create a map, see where I've been. They also have an interface to where you can upload that map, download that map, and look at it from year to year. You know, especially if you were spraying or fertilizer or manure and needed to track that stuff, you can with this system. This down here tells you if it's engaged or not. Right now it's disengaged, so it says manual. You have your total acres, your mile per hour, things like that. It's very handy, it's very simple and easy to use. So huge shout out to FJDynamics for sending us this kit. If you want to check them out, I'll have their links down in the description. But anyways, I gotta focus here. I gotta keep going because we're losing daylight. I gotta keep moving. But there you go, that's the auto steer system that I'm running on this tractor. just got done cleaning up a ditch that's forming. I'm gonna end up seeding that down. But what I've been doing, some of these spots that have some bad ruts or is washing out like that, I'm going at them with the sharpest degree possible, which takes a lot of power. It really bogs this thing down, but it moves a lot of dirt, so it kind of helps fill that in, kind of like a ditch filler for like pivot tracks or something like that. It kind of folds everything on top of itself real nice and levels it off. It's getting pretty dark, so I'm gonna end off this video now. Thank you all for sticking to the end. It was really nice to bring you guys along with for my my first true day in the field here. Spring field work is here. I have been preparing for this since last fall, and it's really satisfying to finally get out here and make something happen. So thank you all for being part of the journey. Remember, share, like, subscribe, comment. It's all free and it helps us out a lot. Also, if you want to support us even more, but we do not expect it, check us out, GierokFarms.com. We got some hats and some t-shirts, all of your summer apparel. We also have some sweatshirts on there. But anyways, that's gonna be it. We will see you all next time.